Good morning. Welcome to Audrey's Southern Cooking. How are you? Today we're going to make a Mexican street corn salad. Oh, this is so good, y'all. All right. So we have feta cheese. Now this is an optional cheese. You don't have to use it. This is a queso Cotija. Sorry if I said that wrong. But that's what the recipe calls for. But you can use feta if you'd rather. We're going to put a little sea salt in for seasoning. You're going to use a mayonnaise. Now this is going to hold everything together just like you would have in a chicken salad. Next we have smoked paprika. It gives it a nice little smoky flavor. Oh, it's so delicious. I can't wait for y'all to try this. Next we have fresh corn on the cob. This is sweet corn. If you'd rather have use frozen corn, that's fine. Just make sure it's whole kernel. Avocado, this is going to be optional as well. We like to do that. Green onion or scallion. Ooh, they're so good. And you get these in any market. This is fresh garlic. Look at that. That's going to be delicious. A lime. So you're going to squeeze that juice in there. That'll help with your avocado stay green. Now these are serrano peppers. The recipe calls for jalapenos, so you can use serrano jalapenos. If you don't want any heat at all, use bell pepper. Then we're going to have olive oil. This is going to be for the corn. And fresh cilantro. Look at that. It's so fragrant and fresh. Look how pretty that is. All right, let's get to it. So here we have 1 ear of corn. I'm going to show you how to cut it off the cob. Now it does ask for 4 for the recipe. Now if you're going to use fresh corn, keep in mind it will be messy. You're just going to slice it down just like I'm showing you here. Just keep going all the way down. You just keep turning it and keep cutting it. I'm trying to go a little slow because if you go real fast, corn flies everywhere. As you can already see, it's already coming off. See, and you're cutting it right up against the cob. Make sure you don't get into the cob and watch your fingers. So if you've never cut corn on the cob, this is how you do it if you want to cut it off. And I'm just wiping my knife off. And there you go. That's your corn on the cob. Now you put all 4 of those, you cut them off, you put them in your skillet here. And you're just going to add, you can add about a tablespoon of oil. This is so we're going to cook this on the stove in a skillet like I have here. We're just going to cook it till it gets a little brown, and that's all we're going to do. Now I'm just showing you, you're just going to stir that oil up in there because you want to make sure everything's coated well. So when you cook it on the stove, you're just going to basically fry corn. All right, here's the lime. So what I'm going to do here is we're just going to roll it. This works best. It kind of helps squeeze the juice out so it's easier. You just want to push it down really hard and squeeze it. Make sure it's nice and soft so you feel all the juices out. All right, here we go. I've already sliced it and squeezed it. There's all your lime juice. Here we are with the garlic. You're just going to use 1 clove. I'm just showing you. You're just going to peel it off and pull that 1 clove out and chop it up finely. And there it is. You can make it as chunky as you want or fine as you want. I don't want it too big. You don't want to bite into a big chunk of garlic. The scallion, you're going to use this, cut the ends off here when they're fresh. I've already cut the end off and chop that little root off. And you want to wash it and then make sure it's all peeled up. And then chop it up. We're going to use about 1/3 of a cup here. Now the recipe will be at the end of the video. I have a link to that video. Link to that recipe. So make sure you watch that. Now here's the avocado. Again, this is optional. You do not have to do this. So I'm just kind of showing you, kind of rolling around, but you gotta show you how to, you're going to slice it, take that seed out, and then you're going to use a spoon and scoop it out and then chop it up. You want to make sure it's kind of brown. You don't want it too hard. And here it is chopped up. I left mine a little chunky, but not too big. And you are welcome to cut it as big or little as you want to go on your salad. here's the serrano peppers. Now I'm just showing you can use one. It calls for one pepper. This is completely up to you how much you want to use. I wound up using both peppers. You're just going to slice it right down. I'm just showing you here. Slice that down, opens up. You want to de-seed it. Make sure you cut the ends off before you slice it. And here you go. Again, you can make it as big or small as you want. Just depends on how big it is. And again, if you don't want heat, you're welcome to use bell pepper. It puts a little crunch in there beside the corn. It gives a little crunch. And look at that, fresh cilantro. So what you're going to do is you're just going to pick these leaves off, pull them out, of course, and you're going to pick these leaves off like this. And then you're just going to chop those up. Now, I chop mine really fine. I'm just showing you. I don't know what kind of chopping I'm doing, but there you are. And here's the cilantro. So I have 1/4 cup of that. Look at that. It smells really good, y'all. I'm just showing you how it's, kind of falling out. So it's nice and fresh. Now here's the corn that I've cooked. It didn't get as dark as I wanted it to get, but it is there. And here's the salt and the smoked paprika. So we're going to go ahead and add this in. So I've went ahead and measured them out so you could see them. And I put my corn in a bowl. And then we're just going to take this and we're going to just scrape it off in there. And then we're going to get ready to mix it. We're just going to stir this up. Mix it in really well. And now we're going to put our mayonnaise. It's about a tablespoon and a half. I put a little bit more like 2 tablespoons. If you want a little bit more or a little less mayonnaise, you're welcome to do it. Just make sure it's everything's sticking together. So you're just going to stir that in. Look, that's already sticking together. Oh my gosh, it's already smelling good too. I'm going to dump the cilantro in. I already started dumping it in and then I realized I didn't record. So we started over. And I'm going to put the peppers in. Again, make them as big or small as you want. We're scraping that bowl out. Get all the goodness in there. All right, so now we're just going to mix that in there. And then you're starting to see it come together. All right, here's the little green onions or scallions. Put those in. I'm going to scrape that in here. And then again, we're just going to kind of stir that in. It's really coming together now. And here's the garlic. Now, if y'all have watched my videos before, you know we love some garlic here. I wound up putting a little bit more than 1 of the cloves. I actually used like a clove and a half. And put the lime juice in. So that gives it some good flavor. And also, it's going to help, if you want to put avocados in, it will also help those avocados stay a little bit fresher. So here's the little queso cotija. Again, I am sorry, I know I'm killing this word. And I'm showing you the feta cheese. This is optional again. Just showing you, see how the feta cheese is chunky. I like the feta cheese. And this one here is, I bought the wrong one, but I didn't find the chunky one. I just bought the shredded, which actually turned out fine. So here it is. That's the shredded one. Oh, it smells so good, y'all. All right, so we dump that in. As you could tell, my little scoop was a little bit heaping. I like them cheese. But I'm going to add a little feta cheese in there too, because I like the little chunksies of the feta cheese. So we're getting all that out of the way, and then we're just going to mix this in. Now, I've made this several times, but I've not used the cotija cheese. And I'm sorry. I've not used that before because I couldn't find it, but I found it this week. And that's what it's looking like all together. And it turned out so much better. All right, so we're going to add the avocado. Again, it's optional. You do not have to add this if you don't want to. But what's a Mexican salad without some avocados, right? All right, so then we're just gonna stir this in. And it's so, oh my gosh, the smell of this is incredible. And there we go. It is ready. Look at that. Look at all the chunks. You can see everything in that spoon. Look at that. Oh, well, you know what I gotta do. Time to taste it. We're about to taste with it. I'm getting me a fork here. Look at, oh, yeah, here we go. Look at that. You know, if you've ever watched my videos, you know we have to test everything. Oh, yeah. 2 thumbs up. You know that's good. So it's really balanced. It's got a little bit of a sweet flavor. I don't know where that came from, but it's delicious. And here's some pictures of the finished salad. And we ate that up all night. We ate it. The bowl is gone. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. We don't want you to miss any new videos that are coming out. Bye.